Hello, welcome to Beyond Dimensions. Officially we're going to be starting doing YouTube live shows here on Beyond Dimensions. It's been a long time coming. Because we've just set up a studio with a green screen and gathering content for you to see. At the moment, we're going to be playing a documentary about a doll case, and this doll case is was looked at with a friend of ours, and it's an interesting one. I'll see what you think, and if you could comment, that'll be good.
We've all read the stories about Robert the Doll, and most of us have watched the Conjuring films, which features the doll, Annabelle. The doll was made famous by late paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Every year there are thousands of reports of people who believe they're in possession of a doll that is genuinely haunted.
The earliest reports of haunted dolls goes back to ancient Egypt, where enemies of Ramses III attempted to use dolls made in his likeness to bring around his death.
The dolls that were used in the ritual were said to be living and would curse anyone who bore their resemblance.
During this documentary, we will present you with paranormal evidence that shows that dolls can indeed have multiple spiritual attachments.
I know things no one knows. We're going to die. Help me. I'm begging you. Can you help me? I'm alone and scared. I lost my mommy. Can you help me? I'm coming for you. I'm going to be there, watching you.
Friday the 10th of May 2019, we arrived at an ordinary house in our local town. On entering the property, we were told that a haunting was upsetting 4 children. We started to walk around the house to try and sense where the spirit was. One of the bedrooms was my feeling as I walked around. One in particular had a doll sat in a child's toy pushchair facing the wall. I felt a presence around this doll, so Steve and I placed her onto the bed. We used the REM pod and began asking questions.
On the 10th of May 2019, Equinox Paranormal investigated someone's home. Can you just tell us a bit about what was discovered at that property?
Yeah, we got a phone call as usual. We get a call. Julie handles all inquiries. So that inquiry come in from a young lady, quite upset, a bit distraught on the phone, describing a few things that were really like a classical haunting. So Julie agreed to meet these people, that we'd go through, we'd have a look and give them some help if we can. When we got there, things changed, really. We kind of quickly realised it weren't a classical haunting at all.
So upon investigating this property, was there any indication that something was wrong in this home?
Only really the information we were given by the family, and also when we got there, it seemed a really nice home. Nothing out of ordinary, no instant reaction as we went in there. It was just until later on when we went upstairs into daughter's bedroom that there were a kid's pushchair with a doll in. It's a funny angle right in corner, and it just kind of
Caught your attention?
Yeah. I went over to it, picked it up, thinking it was a kind of antique doll, and it weren't. It was a really modern, robotic thing. Straight away, we put that onto the bed, moved a few things about, and then Julie set up a REM pod. We set up K2 meters, just various bits of equipment, and just kind of left it running just to see what would happen. When we turned the doll on, the initial things it said were what we expected it to say. It kind of babbled and said these, like
words that it knew.
Yeah, words that it knew.
Programmed.
Yeah. One of the indicators was the REM pod. It never stopped. It never stopped going. We turned it off and back on as soon as we got to the doll, approached it, any of them kind of things, off it went. And then from there on, we looked at putting, using dowsing rods to indicate what it were doing and, you know, where it was. These rods didn't just kind of go slowly and move. They shot round really fast and pointed directly to where the doll was. From then on, we took it downstairs, and that's when the mum told us that they'd heard this doll talking, which she'd not mentioned before, which I found a bit strange, really, because, you know, you'd kind of strike that up as an highlight.
I thought it'd been one of the first things that I mentioned.
Yeah, yeah, and it was never mentioned at all. And then from then on, they had a Connect system on it. Did various bits like Julie's explained, did all them kind of things, and decision to remove it from house, and owners were really, really happy with that. They really wanted that to go.
So over time, what are the family like now in terms of health, well-being? Are they happier?
Really, really different. I mean, we always keep a very close contact relationship with clients. We've got to. It's not a matter of getting rid of something or going in and blessing it all and doing all these things. It's not going to work if they don't put the part in as well for it, and we have to monitor that. So we kept regular checks with this family, and from within a day, 2 days, everything changed. They were really positive. They were planning on decorating their houses, and they were, you know, they've got a little, I think mum was starting a little business going and everything. Really enthusiastic, really different. But the main thing was, they mentioned that the daughter whose doll it was, when she came back that night when we'd removed the doll, the first thing she said as she walked through the doll was, "Where's the doll?" She'd not really played with it for the last couple of weeks. So we found that strange that she'd not even gone upstairs. She expressed that there was a tall, dark figure at the top of the stairs. It was menacing, it was scaring her. But she also had an imaginary friend. When we asked what the name of the imaginary friend was, it hadn't got a name. It never had a name, this imaginary friend, which I found a bit strange.
That's strange for an imaginary friend.
Yeah. When the imaginary friend was there, she felt safe enough to go upstairs past this black figure, or where the black figure was. Now, to me, it kind of looked, it was a deception, I think. That's trying to get that girl up there on an own knowing she's frightened. So it plays a role of
feeding off her.
That's it. It's playing a role of I'm your friend.
Well, making it feel like this thing, imagining friend want to protect her.
Yeah.
So she could go. Yeah.
Family were happy in terms of you taking away the doll, and obviously you brought it back home and conducted further research.
And from there, we kind of saw a change.
Yeah.
It started, didn't it? Really?
Well, we're talking a worse change or a better change.
I'll let Dave mention
Well,
that.
it started getting a bit more intense.
In the end, the team decided to destroy the doll.
Yeah.
Do you believe that by doing this, the entity that was attached was destroyed, or did it simply move on to another place?
No, definitely not. The idea behind that doll, to destroy that doll, was to take it completely to bits. What it were using was a speaker inside it, like it would with a ghost box or any other kind of speaker device.
Figure out how to use it.
That's it. And that's what we got as well. We've got you'll see in this film that there's quite a lot of recordings where you can see that it's manipulating that speaker.
Say words that it shouldn't be able to say.
Definitely saying words it shouldn't be able to say.
And even the manufacturers sent you emails confirming that they're interested in what you captured because it shouldn't be doing it.
They did. They're very, very keen to see some footage.
This documentary is not for entertainment purposes. Everything that you do see during this video is real and raw.
What's my name? That's what it should do, just make
noises. Just make noises.
Yeah. How many people are in here now, please? Thank you.
Straight away.
Yeah.
That's it. Could you tell us how many's in the room again, please, Dan?
What's wrong?
6.
I'm going to switch you off now. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
How do you make love? In a very nasty voice.
Come down here and listen to it.
Did you hear that? How do you make love? There you go.
That's what we want.
What's the name of the spirit that's attached to the doll?
Tell us your real name. You, yeah.
The spirit that's with the dog, can you turn your head left, please?
There you go.
Thank you. Can you turn it right?
Could you tell us about your experiences with the two Lover-Bella dolls, Anna and Bella, please, Kath?
I can, yes. I mean, I've been with the team for 8 months and I've been rather privileged. I would say to witness what I have witnessed. Julie and Steve and both Dave said they've waited a lifetime to witness what I witnessed. I must admit, I never felt frightened. I never felt threatened. I was just totally held in awe with things that I heard and saw. I'm glad, like rest of the team now, that it's over with now and that we're all ready to start a new chapter. But it's something that I'll never ever forget, and I feel really honoured, you know, just to witness what I did witness.
Excellent.
In such a short length of time.
Yeah. You probably never ever
I know.
see or hear anything like that again.
I know.
And we definitely won't be buying more dolls that talk. We won't be using spirit boxes for obvious reasons. Can you shout your name out for me, please? Tell us who you are.
Time is short. Come forward and reveal yourself.
Fuck off.
Do you know what my name is?
Who's the person who needs help? Can you tell me who's dead, Anna? please. I'm not dead, I'm here. Who's dead? Don't speak to me like that.
You say your name out loud.
Spirit, use the doll to tell us your name. We know your name is not Julie.
We hope you've enjoyed our documentary about the Loverbella dolls, Bella and Anna. All the footage that you've seen, all the EVPs that you've heard have been original, raw, not been edited or changed or anything. It just proves to show people out there in the paranormal field that these dark entities are actually real and how they can manipulate a speaker in a simple child's doll.
Yeah, and I think we have to be very careful at when people are using these kind of things. If you're communicating with any kind of spirit, how do you know what that spirit is? It could just be telling you it's that, you know, I'm your Uncle Fred or whatever. The likelihood is it isn't.
No.
It definitely isn't.
No.
I won't advise anybody to go out rush and buy a doll thinking, oh, we'll do that and we'll do this. Please don't.
No,
This is not a joke. They're not a toy. Well, they are a toy, but to actually use it for a paranormal thing, it's not. It's just not advisable to do.
So I didn't believe until I heard. I did believe and I knew they were always there. I've seen it and I've heard it and now I do.
Wow, guys, what can I say? Yeah, well, that were a very sensitive case that Team Equinox, you know, actually came across. We've actually firsthand looked at the audio clips, the raw audio clips that this doll was coming out with, and you haven't heard half of it. So there will be, and hopefully, a full featured film coming out of this, and most probably going to be using a lot of the real footage as well. There's going to be a magazine called the Real Paranormal Magazine, and I'm pretty sure that the full story and details will be, will be in there. If you go on Facebook, put in the Real Magazine, the Paranormal Magazine, you will. In October, it's going to be released, and there's going to be part 1, part 2, part 3 of this case. Because it is a very big, sensitive case. So yes, I hope you've enjoyed that. And next time we come on live, we're going to have quite a few teams' contents from Paranormal Field playing as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, folks. Please give us a subscribe, because this is what makes us carry on, showing other people's content from the past. It brings it alive, and hopefully, if your guys enjoy it and you do screenshots, there might be even more evidence from material that people's produced. So I will see you guys